pretend you use line to create an outline of the thing that you want to draw. Now what? Now we can incorporate the hatching technique. Hatching is a classic technique which makes it possible to draw and form the surfaces of a motif or texture. When hatching, the direction of the lines usually run at an oblique angle to the primary outline or your shape. Ideally, these should not be drawn too tightly or smudged as it defeats the point, right? We still want to recognize the individual lines, otherwise they become invisible. Another technique is cross-hatching. It is the same principle, but with two or more sets of hatchings drawn over each other. Curved or contour hatching can be used to modulate shapes. Line strength and width remain the same, and this could be used as a shading effect or to create texture. I usually use this when I want to represent lace or tulle in a sketch. By blending or smudging a hatched area, you can build on the tonal technique. When smudging, a hatched area is blurred with a finger, cotton wool, a cloth, or an eraser. This makes it possible to create a smooth surface and tone gradient. So, in other words, when the hatching is blurred, no single line is visible. Unfortunately, ink or pen cannot be blurred. Only pencils, charcoal, and crayons. Blending and hatching are both types of shading techniques. These different shading techniques can be combined like in this image. What is shading, you ask? Shading refers to the darker values that, when combined with lighter values, adds depth and dimension to your sketch, producing a more realistic piece of art. Some artists believe that a drawing can only come to life if you have used some shading techniques, and I agree. Before we start sketching together, students often ask me the following question: can I still be a fashion designer even though I can't draw? The short answer is yes, but get ready for the long answer though. Everyone can draw. Some can just draw a little bit better. Don't worry if you are not great at drawing. Don't pack your bags and look for another career. Drawing is not a talent. You can learn how to draw. If you learn the basics and practice, you will improve as you go, and that I can promise you. Also, just like the clothes we wear, the way you draw is an expression of who you are as a designer. There are literally no rules. It is all about having fun and designing the clothes you want to, the way you want to. Are you ready to draw your first Shaw Academy fashion sketch? Fashion drawing and illustration consists out of two main groups: fashion figures and flat sketches. We are going to look at these in more detail a little bit later, but essentially, a fashion sketch is the first step in bringing the design to life. You can almost call it the blueprint for a design. These sketches help communicate your design and all its technical elements, such as length and fit to the viewer, whether it is for yourself, your boss, a pattern maker, or a client. This explains why sketchbooks are so very important to the designer, as it gives an insight to the designer's collection of inspiration, the designer's thought process. It displays idea generation and further development of those ideas. It has also been proven that keeping a sketchbook can boost creativity and help your ideas grow and develop new ones. It also allows you to make connections and juxtapose ideas, and last but not least, it is a great way to sharpen your design, drawing, and illustration skills. Seeing as a designer communicates through designs on paper that eventually turns into clothing, the sketchbook becomes the designer's voice. Today we are going to play with the flat sketch. A flat sketch is a two-dimensional drawing usually used to outline the basic shape of a garment, where a fashion illustration is more detailed and includes colored, texture, shading, and movement lines. This sketch will later be used to create a technical drawing of your design. What is a technical drawing, you ask? Well, it is a detailed sketch that shows the pattern maker and the seamstress the shape, and all the details of the garment, including the stitch type, seams, and fastenings without any artistic flair or stylization. But to be able to create a technical drawing or a fashion illustration, we first must come up with an idea and create a little sketch, and that is exactly what we are going to do now. The steps are quite simple when drawing a flat sketch. Step 1. Draw the shape of your garment. Step 2. Add the design details like seams or pleats and pockets. Step 3. Finish the sketch by erasing unnecessary lines and add texture and shading if you want. By following these 3 steps, you should be able to successfully communicate your garment to your viewer. Let's go through the steps together. Step 1 is to draw your shape. As you can see, I have drawn the outline of my garment, and it is a mixture between a rectangle and a triangle shape. This is a good example of a geometric shape. And that is exactly what I have done. Step 2, adding detail. As you can see, I've changed the outline of my garment a little bit to make it more of a fashion sketch rather than a simple shape. I have also added a waistband, some pockets, some folds, and I have added some stitch detail. The next step is step 3, which is to finish. And here I've added some hatching details. I have added this where I thought some shading might be. So next to the folds, where the fold is covering some fabric, and also where the pocket is covering some fabric. Last but definitely not least, I use some blending techniques to create shade. As you can see, this looks very different from our simple shape that we drew in the first step. This just shows you that by following a few simple steps, you can really transform a simple sketch into something amazing. Today was your first lesson, and already you have learned quite a lot, like what fashion design is, the different career opportunities, and how to draw a fashion sketch. Remember, the only thing standing in the way of your fashion design career is you. And by taking this course, you are taking control of your future. And for that, you can be so proud. For this lessons challenge, I want you to use the basic drawing and illustration techniques we have just discussed and draw your first flat sketch. It can be any type of garment, a shirt, skirt, dress, jacket, whatever. Be creative and have fun. The great thing about fashion sketching is that however you are drawing it, that is your style. There are no imperfections and there are no mistakes. I would love to see your sketch, so please remember to share it on your favorite social media platform, the Shaw Academy Fashion Design Facebook group, and on Instagram. And please remember to tag Shaw Academy, and also don't forget to use the hashtag #ShawFashionSketch. Let's quickly look at your skill progression before you leave. These are the skills you will learn and master during this course. And even from the first lesson, you've already made some progression for fashion theory, looking at the history and elements of design. Drawing and illustration also shows quite a bit of progression. Design development, pattern making, and garment construction will be introduced to you in the upcoming lessons. So there is a lot to look forward to and a lot of new skills waiting for you. Before you know it, these circle charts will be completely filled in. Remember, all the summary notes and slides are available in your toolkit and would be really worthwhile to keep as a resource at your fingertips beyond this course. But no sneak peeks, designers. The lesson notes will only become available after you have attended your class or caught up with the lessons. These will also help you prepare for your first assignment. Remember, you can always change your class date and time so that it is convenient for you. And should you feel the need, you can always restart the course, or you can watch a lesson to reference back to at any time. Congratulations, guys! We are officially done with our very first lesson of Module 1 in Fashion Design. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'm looking forward to having you all back in my virtual classroom for Lesson 2, Inspiration Celebration. Until then, as always, stay fashionable.
She's so funny. Demon. Careful.
Go here now. Sit down and watch. Yes, in time. Anki. Say hi. Hi for the viewers. Say hi. 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 Hello. Say hi. Before we go by, huh? Snow. Before we go by. Hi to the viewers. Hello. Hmm? Say hi. Hmm? Say hi. Say hi. Say, bye ka na. Bye. Bye. Our class is finished already. We're done already for our online class. Say bye. Bye. Meow. It's no. Bye now.